The Young and the Restless spoilers next week August 12th to 16th, 2024. Victor Newman, the formidable patriarch of the Newman family, never ceases to orchestrate the lives of those around him, especially his children. His latest maneuver takes him to the office of Newman Media, where he meets with his son Adam. The purpose of this visit is clear. Victor wants to install Adam at the helm of Glissade, replacing both Audra and Kyle. This is no simple request, however. Adam, though ambitious, lacks the experience necessary to manage such a complex operation, and Victor's decision to place him in this role could have serious repercussions for the company. The meeting with Adam. As Victor enters Adam's office, the tension between father and son is palpable. Their relationship has always been fraught with power struggles, unspoken resentments, and a complicated blend of love and distrust. Victor wastes no time in getting to the point, laying out his plan for Adam to take over Glissade. For Victor, this is more than just a business decision, it's a strategic move to consolidate power within the family, to ensure that every key position is held by a Newman. Adam listens carefully, aware of the weight of his father's words. Taking over Glissade would be a significant step up in his career, but it's also a daunting challenge. The truth is, Adam knows he's not fully prepared for the role. His experience, though extensive in certain areas, doesn't align with the specific demands of running Glissade. The complexities of the company, combined with the ongoing internal conflicts, make this an almost impossible task for someone who isn't seasoned in the industry. Despite his reservations, Adam is reluctant to refuse his father. Victor's expectations are high, and failing to meet them could have lasting consequences. Yet, accepting the position could lead to disaster, not just for him but for the entire company. It's a classic Victor Newman power play, putting his children in positions of power without considering whether they are truly ready, all in the name of family loyalty and control. Kyle's plea to Victor. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott, desperate and cornered, seeks out Victor with a request that could change the course of his life. The custody battle for Harrison has been grueling, and Kyle is willing to do anything to secure victory. He knows that Victor holds the key to his success. If Victor were to speak to Summer and advocate on Kyle's behalf, it could tip the scales in his favor. When Kyle arrives at Victor's office, he lays out his plea. He asks Victor to forgive him for his past mistakes, to overlook the missteps that have led them to this point. Kyle offers his loyalty in return, promising to serve Victor faithfully if he helps him win custody of Harrison. It's a desperate move, but Kyle sees no other option. The thought of losing his son is unbearable, and he's willing to strike a deal with the devil if it means keeping Harrison in his life. Victor listens, his expression unreadable. He's already decided that Summer is the one who will win the custody battle, but Kyle's offer gives him pause. Loyalty is something Victor values above all else, and the prospect of having Kyle as a devoted ally is tempting. Yet, Victor is not one to make decisions based on emotion or sentiment. He's a man who calculates every move, weighing the potential benefits and risks with cold precision. Victor's nature and potential betrayal. The dilemma Victor faces is one that cuts to the core of his character. On the one hand, he could honor his original plan, ensuring Summer's victory and securing her loyalty. On the other hand, Kyle's offer presents a unique opportunity to strengthen his own position. But at what cost? Victor's history is one of betrayal and manipulation, even when it comes to his own family. He's willing to use those closest to him as pawns in his larger game, sacrificing their happiness for his own gain. This situation is no different. Victor is fully aware that by siding with Kyle, he could potentially destroy Summer's chances in the custody battle. It's a choice that would pit family members against each other, deepening the already fractured relationships within the Newman and Abbott clans. But Victor is not a man who shies away from conflict. In fact, he thrives on it. The question is, will he follow through on his promise to Summer, or will he betray her for the sake of his own ambitions? Amidst the chaos and power struggles, there's another figure who is deeply affected by the ongoing turmoil: Connor, Adam's young son. Connor has witnessed the relentless battles, the lies, and the betrayals that have torn his family apart. For a child, the constant fighting and the competition for affection and power have taken a heavy toll on his emotional well-being. Connor, once a bright and hopeful child, is now weary of the endless strife. Lucy could feel the danger before it fully materialized. Sharon's eyes, once filled with warmth and kindness, now glowed with a terrifying intensity. The way Sharon looked at her was enough to send chills down her spine. Those eyes were not just angry, they were menacing, filled with a deep, unyielding hatred. Lucy knew she had become Sharon's target, and the thought of what could happen next filled her with dread. She had to do something, and fast. Lucy's warning to Daniel. Terrified, Lucy rushed to her father, Daniel, hoping he would understand the severity of the situation. She explained to him the shift in Sharon's behavior, the way her eyes seemed to burn with a cold fury whenever they landed on her. But instead of the concern she was expecting, Daniel dismissed her fears. He brushed it off as nothing more than the vivid imagination of a young girl. In his eyes, Sharon had far more pressing matters to attend to than plotting to harm a child. Sharon's dealing with a lot, Lucy. She's not going to hurt you. You're safe, Daniel reassured her, but his words did little to comfort her. Lucy could see that her father didn't believe her, and that realization was perhaps the most frightening part of all. She was on her own in this, and no one, not even her father, understood the danger she was in. The threat was real, and it was closing in on her. The looming danger. Daniel's complacency, however, would prove to be a dangerous mistake. Lucy knew what she had seen in Sharon's eyes, there was no mistaking the malice there. Sharon's mental state had deteriorated to the point where she was no longer in control of her actions, and in her mind, Lucy represented something that needed to be eliminated. Whether it was a perceived slight, a projection of her own internal turmoil, or something more sinister, Lucy was now in the crosshairs. As Lucy tried to keep her distance from Sharon, the situation escalated. The tension between them was palpable, and Lucy found herself constantly looking over her shoulder, afraid of what might happen if Sharon caught her alone. Her heart raced every time she saw Sharon approach, and the fear that gripped her was unlike anything she had ever experienced. This wasn't just about a child's fear of a temperamental adult, this was a life-or-death situation, and Lucy knew it. Victor and Nikki's ruthless ambitions. While Lucy grappled with her fear of Sharon, elsewhere in Genoa City, another power struggle was unfolding. Victor and Nikki Newman, the town's most formidable power couple, were deep in their plans to oust Billy Abbott from Chancellor Industries and seize control of the company for themselves. Victor's desire to dominate every corner of the business world was nothing new, but this time, his ambitions had sparked an unexpectedly fierce resistance. Billy, who had always been a thorn in Victor's side, was not going to go down without a fight. His determination to hold on to Chancellor Industries surprised even Victor, who had always seen Billy as impulsive and easily swayed. But this time, Billy was prepared to go to war. He wasn't just fighting for control of the company, he was fighting to prove himself, to show Victor that he wasn't just another obstacle to be swept aside. Victor and Nikki were taken aback by the ferocity of Billy's response. They had expected him to fold under pressure, to give in as he had so many times before. But this time was different. Billy had an ace up his sleeve, his brother, Jack Abbott. The two had formed a powerful alliance, united in their desire to protect their family's legacy and to take Victor down once and for all. Jack and Billy's alliance. Jack and Billy's partnership was a force to be reckoned with. Together, they crafted a strategy that could potentially outmaneuver even the great Victor Newman. Jack, with his years of experience and sharp business acumen, provided the brains of the operation, while Billy brought passion and a relentless drive to prove his worth. It was a partnership built on mutual respect and a shared goal, to defeat Victor and reclaim control of their family's destiny. But the alliance was not without its complications. Jill Abbott, Billy's mother and a powerful figure in her own right, was fiercely opposed to any involvement with Jabot and Jack. The strained relationship between Jill and Jack was well known, and Billy knew that aligning with Jack could strain his relationship with his mother even further. Yet, Billy saw no other choice. Without Jack's support, his chances of holding on to Chancellor Industries were slim. The stakes were too high, and Billy was willing to risk everything to protect what was his. Phyllis's growing concern. Amidst these power struggles, Phyllis Summers, ever the vigilant mother and grandmother, began to take notice of Sharon's increasingly erratic behavior. She had always kept a close eye on her family, and the changes in Sharon were impossible to ignore.